December 21st. Simeon said, "My eyes have seen your salvation, which you have prepared in the sight of all nations, a light for revelation to the Gentiles and the glory of your people Israel." Luke 2:30-32. Who was Simeon? Luke records, "Now there was a man in Jerusalem called Simeon, who was righteous and devout. He was waiting for the consolation of Israel, and the Holy Spirit was on him. It had been revealed to him by the Holy Spirit that he would not die before he had seen the Lord's Messiah. Moved by the Spirit, he went into the temple courts." In the Christmas story and in Jesus' early childhood, we see so many people who are called righteous: Zachariah, Elizabeth, Joseph, and now Simeon. He was righteous and devout, careful to keep God's laws. He was waiting for the consolation of Israel, looking for the fulfillment of God's promise of the Messiah. We know from history that in Israel and even other nations, there was a sense of expectancy. People were anticipating the coming of the Messiah. Simeon was waiting with longing for the one who would bring comfort to his people. It had been revealed to Simeon by the Holy Spirit that he would not die before he had seen the Messiah. What an incredible promise! Though this was happening in what is the New Testament for us, it was still Old Testament times. Imagine being told by God that you are going to see the Messiah with your own eyes and believing that. Simeon was led by the Spirit to the temple at the right time. He saw Mary and Joseph with a baby, and it was revealed to him that this was the Messiah. Imagine the faith Simeon required to believe that this poor, insignificant-looking couple were the parents of the Messiah. It would have been easier for him to believe if Jesus had been born in Herod's palace or in the high priest's house. But Simeon trusts the leading of the Holy Spirit, goes up to Mary and Joseph, and taking Jesus in his arms, praises God by declaring who Jesus is. He testifies that Jesus is God's salvation on public display, not hidden, but out in the open where he can be touched, heard, and seen. Simeon is testifying to Jesus' public ministry 30 years later. He says, "Jesus is a light for the Gentiles," such a unique and extraordinary thing for a Jew to say about the Messiah, and that he would reveal the true God to the nations. Finally, Simeon declares that Jesus would reveal the glory of God to his people, the glory formerly connected to the temple or tabernacle. This person, still just a baby boy, would reveal God, for the fullness of God's glory was in Jesus. Today's decree: Jesus is a light for revelation to all nations and for glory to his chosen people.